As you can see, they got a production demo version Escalade IQ. So the last time I saw this truck, it was at the US Open. So this is Escalade IQ 1000E4. So the front passenger screen is that area over there. Front passenger screen power is on. Look at that. So when you're over here, you've got the front passenger screen. I'm a kid, I'm a parent. We'll push I'm a parent. Next, I don't want to sign into anything. And you type up stuff, hi parent, blah, blah, blah. So what was this? You got this cell phone, connect headphones. I don't have any right now. So let me get a picture of that. Okay, and then you go home. So you got the home. And see, this is what I'm talking about. Now you can go on here and you can watch some YouTube. This is what I'm talking about. I could go to my channel. Look at this. I could watch YouTube over here. Oh, snap. They got the Hummer. They got the Hummer. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Let's watch this. Big truck. Oh, snap. This is hot. Serious review. Look at this. Let's go to my channel. Yeah. Yeah.
Joining Pictures right now. I need to join Etihad's as well. Yeah, no, I have to book my trip by December 6th to get a big discount. And then I have to book with her. I told her, well, I'll probably have to book Black Friday as well. Where is this? So.
Yeah, hit that one. Yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah, I know that guy.
Casey Neistat.
So crazy.
So in order to make the speed, touch the headphone icon on the left and then put cabin speakers, use cabin speakers. And then you could turn the volume up there.
Where?
At the bottom of the screen. No. Touch the screen where the video's playing. Oh. And then the slider will be there. Because I'm guessing that the front speakers aren't turned up that high, but you can, yeah, that's how you raise and lower it.
I can hear it. Yeah, I just watched him with his crazy self.
Yeah, that is. I like. Yeah, that's a pretty cool.
This is cool.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so as you can see, I'm no stranger to headphones. These are just one pair of headphones that I have. These are made by Tough Gaming, and basically, this pair of headphones I typically will take with me now with my little Asus laptop. Nothing spectacular. They're typical headphones. They have decent drivers and whatnot. Mic on and off button right here. Volume up slider. And that's about it. There's really not much to talk about right there. There's not a lot to talk about. Then, these are the Alienware AW988s. And I've shown these before in a different video. These are wireless headphones. And these have actually been pretty good. They were a little expensive. I think when I bought these, I paid about $250. You may not even be able to buy this model anymore. So as you can see, yeah, they have a boom mic that hides away. And this was a pretty decent gaming experience. These are 7.1 surround sound headphones. And they have, more than one driver placement and whatnot. They have very, very large memory foam earmuffs and everything so that they try to stay comfortable. Despite the fact they're a little bit heavy, they at least make them as comfortable as they can possibly make them. They charge using, micro USB. These didn't have USB-C, which would have been a little bit better. But for the most part, the technology lasts a pretty decent long time. And as you can see, I haven't had any breaks or anything. Everything works fine on them. If I wanted to use them, I could use them. But they come with a little dongle, a little Bluetooth dongle that fits right into the headset right there. And that little Bluetooth dongle, you can plug this to just about anything that accepts Bluetooth headphones. So you can use it on the Xbox, you can use it on a PlayStation 5, and so forth and so on. So those are, I wouldn't say, it's hard to say that those are my favorites because these are the Alienware 510Hs. These are wired headphones, right? And as you can see, the muffs on these things wear out over time. It's possible to replace them. I think it's like $20. I wear these much, much more when I'm gaming. They have a little retractable microphone. You know, they don't have the RGB lighting and anything like the Alienwares, because the Alienwares has RGB on both sides. These are like just more basic, but these pretty much have the exact same sound technology that the AW988 has. These have 7.1 surround sound, and when you plug it directly into the computer, as you can see, these are plugged directly into my computer. When you plug it directly into the computer, you get the best volume. You get the highest volume, and they'll pretty much amplify any. I shouldn't say amplify. They can pretty much handle just about any amplified source that you give them, as long as you don't like try to blow the speakers out or anything. I mean, but they get very loud, and you can definitely hear directional audio in the latter two, and I really like those, both of them. So now what I have is a new pair of headphones that have just been given to me. And these are made by Valorise. These are the UG-08s 7.1 surround sound, promising that as an experience. And on top of that, they have a Bluetooth dongle. As you can see, there's a little Bluetooth dongle in there. And I'm going to open these up, and I'm going to give them a, basically, I'm going to give them a good review. I'm going to obviously, I'm going to like talk honestly about them. So, if there's something I don't like, I'm going to say it. But for the most part, most of these products tend to be made either in the same factories, or they tend to use similar molds. From the looks of these look kind of like they were designed, a little bit like the Asus ROGs. And, once I feel it and feel the material and everything, I'm going to find out. Because this is brand new packaging. I haven't opened them yet. So over like the weekend, I'm going to test them. And I'm going to play my music through them. And I'm going to use them for gaming in general. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect the Alienwares. I'm going to stop using those right now. I'm going to disconnect those. And what I'm going to do is unbox this. Then I'm going to charge them if it so needs charging. And they claim that they have glowing LED surfaces, which is interesting. The dongle claims that it supports USB-C and it supports USB, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, that's basically what I'm going to do. I'm going to give these things a nice good test and see what they're like. All right, so let's see. Get this box open.
What is this thing supposed to do?
I was going to turn off Lucky Lopez right there. Going to turn him off. All right. This box doesn't want to. Okay, so this is the unboxing. Uh-oh, it's sinking. All right. It's a nice box. Okay, so of course they're folded because the box is thinner than they are wide. So these are similar to at least the Alienwares. They have folding cups, which is good, like if you have to pack these things away. See, the thing about it is a lot of us do travel. And if you travel, yeah, chances are you don't want to take your favorite earphones with you, but you do want to still have a decent experience. So they give you a lifetime guarantee card. They tell you exactly who to call just in case you have a problem. This is the dongle. So as far as this dongle goes, you can see that it has a light on it. It's got a USB-C port on one side, and it has a protector there. And then it has USB-A on the opposite side. So basically, when I'm ready, I'll just plug that in. I'm going to definitely give these a full charge after I just take a quick look at them. And once I charge them, then I will start using them. So they feel nice. They actually have a very nice feel to them. They're very substantial. As you can see, they have the pull-out headset, which winds back pretty much just like my AW988 has a flip away, and then the 510H has the same design. It has a wind up on the side. And now these are supposed to actually have noise canceling. So there's a mic mute and unmute button. And on top of that, you see that there's the power switch. On top of that, you see there's a USB for charging, USB-C. Then there's right next to the power switch, you have the 2.5 millimeter jack. These are volume up and volume down. So nothing too majorly substantial, and it seems from the button placement, it's pretty easy to figure this out if it's on your head. So then I guess the next thing I'd be doing is wearing them to figure out how they feel. But they're pretty nice. In fact, if this is these are lithium-ion batteries, so that means this should be partially charged. So that means I can push the power button and turn them on. Because usually these things are always, they never let lithium-ion batteries ship completely discharged. So there you go. So you got the redness going on. I'm going to turn off the light. You got the red going on right there. You got the little blue connectivity button waiting for you to connect to it. So you got the red lights going on there. That's nice. RGB, to me, I mean, yeah, RGB is cool. And yeah, I mean, I'm not going to pay extra for RGB. If you give me RGB, okay, fine. The one thing I could think of it might be handy in is if you have a game room and you have these things color-coded so you know exactly which computer they belong to. But other than that, I mean, I just don't see the point. Like, I was at Costco. They have a gaming desk, and that gaming desk has a huge RGB lighting in front of it. And I'm like, this gaming desk is most likely going to be just like my gaming desk. It's going to go against a wall. So it's like, why would you need this RGB light? Like, you'd only need that if you had such a gigantic room that your desk is like facing the door or something. It's like not facing the wall. But I don't know, to each his own. I don't see the point of it. So yeah, RGB lighting. Well, it's a red light. Now, I don't know if this actually can change colors because there's no button on here that looks like you can change colors. Unless maybe I look at the, maybe it's possible that they do have it. There's a button right here. No, that's not a button. There's another switch right here, M. And I don't know what that does. I think what that does is it switches modes. I'm going to have to look at the instructions if there are any. So let's just put that on the side. I don't think, I don't know if this came with any instructions. Or maybe they, oh, yes it did. Look at that, hidden. So, you get the cord. Let me turn the light on. You get the 2.5 millimeter jack, and it's got a USB-C charging cable. See, that's the one thing you got to appreciate. Everybody else, except like Apple, and it looks like Samsung are doing the same thing now. Everybody else knows that if they're going to sell you something, they got to give you a charging cable. It's like, how are they going to give you one of these things and not give you a charging cable? Like, that's crazy. So that's the 2.5 millimeter jack. This definitely can come in handy because every now and then you actually end up needing one of those. This is a USB-A to USB-C charging cable. I'm going to use that in a minute to charge them. So this is the little booklet. I'm sure in there, it's written in Chinese. I'm sure in there there's a part where I can show you where actually it'll tell you about what each button does. Like, there's probably presets in there. Oh, here it is. Let's see. So it says mic, pull, pickup hole, and on the other side it says decorative. Okay, it has a decorative light. Then it has one button that's multifunction M key. It says RGB decorative breathing, light on and off, RGB decorative light mode change. Okay, so that's pretty much exactly what I expected. So this apparently you can change the breathing of the light, or you could change the way the light is. So let's see, you could change the pulsation. Okay, so let's see. Let's see if I push and hold it. And it speaks too. Okay, let's see what it says. Okay, so this button is changing the 7.1 surround. That's what it actually tells you when you push the button, that it's changing 7.1 surround on. Let's see what happens if you push it twice. If you push it twice, it turns the light off. Push it twice, turns the light on. Let's see if push it 3 times. Let's see. Because I'm pretty sure that the instructions is going to tell you exactly what to do. But if you push and hold it, it changes 7.1 surround sound on and off. So I'm going to have to actually look at the instructions to figure out exactly what that button does, the mode button. So what does it say? Press and hold the power button. Okay, that's turn it on. All right, so let's see about the modes. Okay, so it says turn on or off, decrease the mode of decorative lights. It says double click the button to turn off the lights when the breathing light is on or in a steady state. Double click the M key to turn on the light when it is in the off state. Short press the key to switch between two modes, steady or breathing. Okay, and then it says default to turn on the decorative lights when the headphone is turned on. Play, pause, answer, or reject call. So that's actually kind of interesting. If you're getting a call, it says short press the power button to play music. Short press the power button to pause music. Short press the power button when there is an incoming call. My question is, who are you getting an incoming call from if you're plugged into USB? I'm guessing they must be talking about FaceTime or something, or they must be talking about like Facebook audio or something. There's a mute button. I already showed you that. It shows battery status when the headphones are connected to an iOS device. That's kind of interesting because these must be Bluetooth if that's the case. Yes, I guess you're able to connect these to a iPhone. So that's why they're saying that it's possible. Because it says if you're connected to an iOS device, the current battery status of the headphones is displayed in the top right corner of the iOS device, just like any other headphones you'd connect. So that's interesting. These are Bluetooth headphones that can be used on your computer, or you can connect them to iPhone. That's pretty interesting. My thing is, listen, I have to say this. I don't like walking around with headphones this size. There are some people I see walking around with one of those things, those AirPod Pro Maxes, those really large ones, those really big squares. I don't like having headphones that size on in public. Like, I understand there are some people who ride the train and they like having shit like that on. I don't want to have anything like that on. I like my headphones to be earbuds that I can quickly take off and put in my pocket, and they charge, and I can charge them at my desk, in the office, or whatever it is. But it's nice that you can use these, because if you can use these with a cell phone, then that means that you can take these on the airlines and you can fly with them. And if you can fly with them, then that means that, if they have real, and I'm going to test the noise canceling. I'm going to tell you about the noise canceling. But if you can take these on an airplane and these have noise canceling, and possibly you could plug these into the actual entertainment system on the plane, if that's possible using this 2.5 jack, that would actually be pretty damn cool. And that would, I'm going to have to test the noise canceling. What I'll do is I'll listen to music while maybe I'll go outside or something and walk around to something in a crowded or a loud place. But if these things have noise canceling, that's actually pretty cool. So you could use these on your computer, or you could use, and by the way, with this dongle, the USB-C dongle with this USB-A, if you are traveling like I do with my laptop, you can plug it into your laptop and you can use them on the plane and your laptop. So this way, it's like a one-piece solution. I like that idea. So we're going to have to test that. So it says A2DP, AVRCP, and such. It says input is USB 2.0, which is weird because, you had a perfect opportunity to make it completely USB-C. Like, you could have made USB-C to USB-C charging, but I guess for whatever reason, they didn't want to do that. So anyway, okay, so let me plug in the dongle. So that's the dongle right there. So it's blue like my Alienware. It matches. It's like cyan blue. Well, this changes color because I designed it to change color, but it matches that blue pattern right there, and then the blue pattern gets darker and darker. So that's how I programmed it. So it's waiting to connect to these. So all I have to do is turn these on, and it should connect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to charge these, and then I'll make video, I guess, listening to them or whatnot. but I'm going to charge them first. I'm going to charge them to full. All right, so the first thing I did was I connected these to my iPhone. So obviously one of the problems with doing a headphone review is that you can't literally hear what I'm hearing. There's no way for you to hear what I'm hearing. Not only that, because of the music I'm listening to, if you did hear what I'm hearing, that would mean that I would actually get a copyright flag. What I can say is that these headphones have a nice, loud, powerful sound. I was listening to a couple of tracks on my iPhone, which was being played wirelessly, and it sounded pretty good. When I was wearing them, they were very comfortable. They have like a memory foam padding here, just like my AW988s and the 510H, and even the Tough Gaming headset. So they have padding. They have plenty of padding right here, and from what it looks like, it doesn't look like this padding is flimsy like what I got on the 510H, because the 510H, you can see it's like peeling and stuff. So this actually, the build quality is actually pretty good. It feels pretty good. The only thing that kind of worried me while I was wearing them was this joint right here, because this whole section feels like it's made all out of plastic. Now, I don't know how much force would be required to break them. The thing about it is, if you treat them with care like you would anything else, or at least you should anything else, chances are you won't have to worry about these things breaking. The other thing is, if you're traveling and you do fold them up and you put them in your bag, then the question is, well, how much pressure can be pressed onto your bag just in case, you have to deal with somebody who roughs up your luggage a little bit, which obviously you don't want to put these in like your regular luggage. You want to put these in your carry-on. You want to bring these with you. Obviously, you'd probably be listening to these if you were in the lounge or whatever. These are comfortable. They do offer passive noise canceling, absolutely. So when I was listening, I turned up the volume on my computer way up, and I really wasn't able to hear anything with the exception of some of the vibrations. Now, the question is, do these have enough noise canceling to cancel a jet engine out? They're definitely loud enough to get the music and the movie to your ears, definitely. But what I've noticed is when you're on the airline and you use noise canceling headphones, like if you're in business class on Emirates or if you're in business class on Japan Airlines, and I was sitting right next to an engine. And I would like, when I was on Japan Airlines, I was in the room. I was sitting right next to the engine. And at one point, I was sitting in a seat that was facing the rear of the plane. So I'm literally looking into the engine's inlet. And I'm right there with the engine. But at the other point, I was sitting next to the engine facing forward. So the thing about it is, I don't know if these are good enough to cancel out that kind of noise, because you're talking about like over 100 decibels there. And then you got a gigantic airplane engine right there with all the wind. I don't know if they could pull that off. But what I can say is for just about every other use, these are pretty good. Like if you're on a train, these will definitely cancel the noise of a train. If you're on a bus, like you take public buses or whatever, these would definitely cancel the noise of the bus. The thing that you'd obviously want to do is turn off these LED lights, because you don't want people looking at you like you're crazy. You want to be inconspicuous. And I have to say, for the price of these, or the price of most of these noise canceling headphones compared to what you'd pay $500 or $600 to buy some Apple AirPod Pro Maxes, it's like, yeah, these definitely can do the job. They're less conspicuous. You probably don't have to worry about somebody running past you and snatching these off your head and trying to sell them, stealing them from you. But they work pretty well. I do feel, however, that they rely too much on this power button. The way these headphones work is when you turn them on, they automatically go into pairing mode to pair with the dongle here. So they're specifically designed to seek out the dongle. If you use them with a cell phone, like an iPhone or a Galaxy phone, what you have to do is you have to push the button 3 times. And when you push the button 3 times, that puts it into pairing mode for Bluetooth, or that's the wireless mode. So that tells it not to look for the dongle. If you push this power button 5 times, this unpairs them. And it basically clears the settings out. So that means that you'd have to repair them again. My question is, could there have been another button put here to handle that? Or since you wanted to put the mode button here, and then there's this strange space right here that does nothing. This is not a button at all, but it looks like, on the other cup, it would have been where a USB-C port would have been. Maybe they could have put a button here that could have handled something. I don't know what it would have handled, but it could have been a call, pause, end button or something like that, instead of having to push the power button over and over and over to do all these things. Even Apple, they have a knob on one side as well as a button. And what I have to say, when it comes to noise canceling, I'm definitely going to probably buy a pair of AirPod Pro 3s when they finally come out, because I did test the 2s, and I was very happy about the noise canceling that they had. And I also like the fact that because they were designed specifically to be used with iPhone, they were designed in a way where as soon as you start talking, conversations tell them to pause automatically. And as soon as the conversation's over, it tells them to unpause. These headphones don't have that feature. Now, granted, these are not earbuds. These are large headphones. But the thing about it is the AirPod Pro Maxes have that feature too. So the thing about it is whenever you buy a generic design, chances are you're not going to get all the features, obviously, that were programmed into the more professional headphones that are coming directly from the same people who make the software, firmware, and hardware for your cell phone. And I haven't had a chance to use those new Galaxy earbuds, but I will try to get to a Galaxy Samsung store when I can, and I will try to get a chance to use them. So I've tested these on my phone. I'm very satisfied with the way they sound. They have nice bass. They have clear voice. And I like the way they sound with my phone. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to test them with my computer. So what I'm going to end up having to do is I'm probably going to play it with Counter-Strike, since Counter-Strike 2 is pretty much the main game I play, which would, use 7.1 sound. So I'm definitely going to use these. I'm going to pair them and I'm going to fire them up with Counter-Strike, and I'm going to see how I like that. So just to let you know, I have a voltmeter on my USB to USB charging cables. And it looks like these charge a little bit under 5 watts. It looks like they charge at about 2 watts. So I don't know exactly how long they take to charge, but basically that red light will change color once they're finished charging. But it looks like they draw about 2 watts, and that seems to be their max draw, because my power input could definitely handle more than 2 watts, but it looks like they feel comfortable at 2 watts. Some people like to try to buy headphones that have fast charging and everything, but I don't really see the need for that unless, like, you're in extreme circumstances. But yeah, these are charging at a solid 2 watts. If I find information about the size of the battery, I'll definitely add that in. I don't know if they've put that into the manual, but I'll definitely read on that, and I'll declare it later. But that's only if I see it. Otherwise, I'll post the specs, all of the specs, in the URL section, including battery capacity and charging time. Now, this is one thing that I found that was actually pretty interesting. The USB-A port, you don't necessarily have to use that because it also comes with a smaller USB-C adapter. So this USB-C adapter can easily go right into the side of your laptop, and it can be pretty much inconspicuous. It's not flush, but as you can see, it's pretty inconspicuous if you don't want to use the full unit. So that saves a little bit of space. Now, the only downside is it covers up my USB A port right there, which that would definitely be a problem, because I wouldn't be able to plug anything in on this side. And this laptop, unfortunately, doesn't come with dual USB-C ports. This laptop comes with, USB-A super speeds, and it only comes with one on this side. So what I use is a port replicator connected to that USB-C port. So I probably wouldn't use this piece, but I have to say that's actually a very good idea to have a 2-in-1 piece like this. I'm pretty sure, if they're doing it, then somebody else probably is doing it too. But that's actually pretty cool. But you also have to remember, you don't need this, because the mere fact that these headphones are Bluetooth compatible, the dongle only serves as a direct connection. These headphones are capable of plugging to your phone, and they're capable of plugging to your laptop using Bluetooth. So that means I don't even need this dongle. That's actually pretty goddamn cool. I actually really like that. That's really, really, really cool. I like that feature a lot. So here I am. I'm listening and watching The View, because ever since Donald Trump wiped the floor with Kamala Harris and the Biden agenda and the Democrats, The View is just, now it's like my favorite show. Like watching them complain and cry and complain. Oh, it's my favorite show now. So anyway, you can actually hear, I'm listening to it through here. You can actually hear it coming out of there. Anna Navarro. Miss Anna Navarro. So anyway, I'm using the dongle mode, right? Now, here's the kicker. I actually have a couple of adapters for USB-C to USB-A, and from USB-A to USB-C, and from USB-C to USB-C. If you need stuff like this, you can easily get this stuff on eBay, or you can go to like Five Below, because Five Below happens to sell a lot of this stuff. So what I wanted to show you, if I disconnect the dongle, now you got to hear this madman, this lunatic. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this adapter, plug that right in there, and then I'm going to use the micro USB-C adapter just to show you what happens. So now, okay, it goes red, it goes blue. Now you should be able to hear this nonsense. Oh, what are they selling today? Laundry detergent? What is this? You heard that right. All right, so here we go. See, that's the problem. When you're doing a headphone review, it's like there's two things that people can review that you have no idea what's going on. One is Apple Vision Pro or VR headset, and the other one is headsets. It's like if you're reviewing headsets, it's like nobody can hear or see what you're doing. They just can't. But they're powerful, they're loud. You can easily connect the 7.1 sound right there. You push and hold it, and it turns 7.1 off. You push and hold it, it turns 7.1 on. I like it with 7.1 on. But I like this. They have this little edge here that lets you know the mic is it's blue. Now, I wonder if it does anything when you mute it. Let's see if it does it when you push mute. Oh, shit, look at that. If you push the mute button, it turns the light off. That's pretty cool. So they actually thought to use the RGB lights practically. So you can actually use the lights just to know whether or not this thing is on. I actually like that. So this way, if you're talking smack and you want to push mute, now you can almost visually see that the mic is on or off. So that's really nice. I like that. That's very cool. All right. So I'll put that away. So yeah. So that, I mean, hardware-wise, this is actually a very winning strategy. I really like this. So let me disconnect my setup here, my little setup. Let me disconnect that.
Has a brainworm. Is he the person that should be in charge of that?
Yeah, well, let's
put this back here. See, that's Eric Adams. See, Eric Adams stood up against these the liberal Democrats. This guy, I'm pretty sure Eric Adams, I'm pretty sure he's a Republican inside. I'm pretty sure. He's like one of those black men who voted for Trump. That's basically what this guy is. And then all of a sudden they started raiding him, and they raided his entire administration. They came after everybody. They raided him and everything. So I know this guy stood up to them, and I know they were going to punish him for it. See, you know what's funny? I was having an argument with somebody really quickly, because this is off topic. I was having an argument with somebody about whether or not the far left extremists can be fascists. Normally, fascism is associated with the far right. But as far as I'm concerned, if you're threatening people with legal action over free speech or over their Second Amendment rights and trying to take their weapons away and stuff like that, if you're threatening people over their constitutional rights, as far as I'm concerned, that is fascism. So this moron on the internet is up there trying to argue with me as to whether or not the far left can be fascist. As far as I'm concerned, ever since COVID and ever since I saw what they did and what they got away with during that pandemic, as far as I'm concerned, yeah, the far left is fascist at this point. And I know far rightism is associated with fascism. Yes, I understand that. But no, the actual tenets of fascism I'm seeing exhibited by the far left. And I'm pretty sure Eric Adams will probably agree with me. But that's besides the point, because every now and then I just got to throw a rant in there. So anyway, you can hear them talking. And I'm enjoying the audio quality of these is really good. I really like the fact that if I decide that I want to go wash my car and I want to have a pair of headphones on to go wash my car, that I can use these to listen to Sirius XM radio from my iPhone, and I can use these. That's actually awesome. And all you got to do is you triple click the power button, and that switches from the dongle mode to the Bluetooth mode. So, I'm actually I'm going to write in the URL section, I'm going to write about these headphones, and I'm going to write about my experiences using them. But thus far, the hardware I like. This is very good hardware. Most other companies would probably try to charge a lot more money for this. And then I'm pretty sure that a lot of other companies have Bluetooth and dongle mode headphones. I understand a lot of other companies do. But I like the way they design the hardware, and it feels really good. And it's not too expensive, so this is something that you could feel comfortable giving to a child. Or for example, let's say you bought one of those new cars that has entertainment systems in the car, and you want to have a pair of wireless headphones for the entertainment system, so your kid's in the back seat watching movies and stuff while you're supposed to be a parent. You're supposed to actually be talking to them, but instead of that, you hand them a digital nanny and tell them to shut up because you're driving, you don't want to be bothered with them, or this, that, and other. Yeah, these would be great for that. Like, you could put these on your kid's head. You have a little child. This child is looking for adult input, but you're not giving it to him. So you say, no. Just put these on, turn on 7.1 sound, and just watch The Little Mermaid or whatever it is. And leave daddy alone because daddy's driving and mommy's up there. Mommy's probably drunk. And she's probably watching, they have the passenger screen up there in the Jeeps now, so you can watch The View or whatever it is you want to watch while you're driving. You just put these on your kid's head, tell them shut up. And if you have two kids, you got to have two pairs of these. So, you put one on one kid's head, you put one on the other kid's head. They can sing Baby Shark for a couple of hours. Either that or you just tell them, listen, I don't want to hear it. Stop singing. Just listen to the music or play and tap. You play Roblox or whatever, because most of y'all aren't good parents anyway. But I'm just saying, these are great headphones for just that reason right there. You just put these on, tell them, leave me alone. I'm driving and I've got better things to do. I don't feel like parenting right now. These are fantastic for that. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, these headphones are really, really good in listening to music. And then, of course, you got to obviously play games with them. But the whole point of 7.1 directional sound is basically so that you can hear the enemies, and hopefully if the game supports, directional audio, you're able to hear the enemy above you, below you. And in games like Counter-Strike, where you have people sneaking around and not making much noise at all, it's like it becomes very, very important, because even a little bit of sound off in a distance is important, especially like if you're dealing with people who are planting a bomb and then you have to go defuse the bomb, or if you're, or if you're in a situation where somebody's basically stalking you and trying to kill you and you're the last guy. This is interesting. They actually brought back the map Train. I'm very happy about that. I just wish these bastards would give us back the 10 bullets that they took out of our M4 SD, because it's like the M4 was always the counter-terrorist signature weapon, but then when they take the goddamn bullets out of it, now they've made it so that you're outgunned by the terrorists because they're going to use their AK-47s, and the AK-47 is cheaper. And that means that every single time you start the round, all you hear is AK-47 gunfire, and they can spray the shit out of you, and there's like very little you can do about it unless you're able to afford weapons as good as them. So I really wish they'd fix this goddamn game. I don't know. It's almost like Barack Obama or one of these goddamn liberals works for the people who are designing these games, and they're saying, hey, listen, Counter-Strike was perfect. How can we fuck it up? and then they go in and they start changing little settings and everything, and next thing you know, the game is unplayable. It's just ridiculous. It's like we had all these maps, and then they took them away only to reintroduce them. It's just incredible. It's just these people. I don't know where they get these people from, man. But bottom line is, it's like, you know, it's all about the headphones. So, yep, there we go. As you can see, that's the USB-C indicator there, showing its light. I'm not 100% certain, actually, how this thing is really designed. Because the question is, if you have the USB flash stick thing, the transmitter, and the transmitter could be as small as just this part that I showed you right here with the USB-C adapter, then what's all the rest of this bulk for? You know, it's kind of strange to me because Bluetooth adapters don't have to be that big. It's like even with this one. This one shows you that a Bluetooth adapter can be that small. So if it can be this small, then why is this one so big? And the beautiful thing about this is it fits right in the headset, so you don't ever lose it. It like fits right there. This headset comes with that, but you can't fit that in here. There's no place to fit it. You know, so that, you know, if you're traveling or something, you know, you run less of a risk losing that than you do losing, you know, this piece right here. So, you know, I consider that something worth wondering, you know. And I was just looking at my Asus laptop, this tough gaming laptop, right? And I was considering the fact that I really do like the fact that you can put that part right there. It's unfortunate, however, that it covers up the USB-A port. And then I was also thinking about the fact that I'm a little disappointed in the laptop developers because they didn't make USB-C charging a thing. You know, it's funny. Sometimes, you know, people will change certain little things or even certain big things, and you don't appreciate it at first. But when I was looking for the power adapter for this laptop specifically, when I came back from Singapore, I couldn't find it. And the problem was I had no other way to charge this thing. But now when you buy a gaming laptop, all of them charge through USB-C. So all of them charge through USB. All these new laptops charge through USB-C. And that's because the European Union made it so that pretty much everything now has to have a common adapter, which forced Apple to force them to put a USB-C port in the iPhone 15. And now all of the iPhones have USB-C ports. But then that beckons the question. If you have this adapter piece plugged into your USB-C port and the laptop that you're using only has one USB-C port, then that would mean that you can't plug this in and charge it simultaneously. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't use the USB-A stick instead. Like, you can stick the USB-A stick, you can stick that in the other side, or you can stick it in this side because I have two ports there. But you get my drift. The USB-C port, if you want to use the smaller, less intrusive adapter, the problem is it's going to block one of your ports right here, and you can't charge it if you, like, for instance, the Apple MacBook Pro has two USB ports right here, like there's space like right there. It's very possible that that piece could block both USB-C ports. It could use one and block the other. So that could be a little problem, but, you know, it's like you might find a way around it. You might find a way to use a USB-C dongle or something in order to make sure it doesn't block the port. The problem is now it comes out even further, and now you've got this dongle to worry about. So that is just something worth considering. All right, let's do this. There's plenty of okay, let's see. We're happy to announce the return of Train. That's lovely. All right, so we've got Train back. I'm gonna use the headset specifically for the microphone so that people can hear it, and I can just ask them, how do I sound? So let's see. Okay, I'm in dongle mode. Okay, so as you can see, the headphone light is on, so that lets you know that you're actually talking. All right, so let's see. What did they? Oh, and then that's the other thing they fucked up. Why are there two different map selections? Like, this should only be one. So this way I can stick in one and just play. Like, they put this map separate from me. All of these are bomb defusal maps. 1, 2, and 3. Like, why? Anyway, it's just ridiculous. Because I don't really like playing Basalt or Eden. I just like playing Mirage, Ancient, Overpass, Nuke, and Inferno. But they separated these two from here. I should be able to make a map rotation that I actually want to play. But they made it so you can't do your own personal map rotation. It's just ridiculous. It's like they just know how to fuck everything up, don't they? Yeah, until Alienware makes a 4K 38-inch display or a new 4K display, I'm not going to upgrade from this display because I really like this display. This display works perfectly with all my games, even when I upgrade my computer. All right. All right, so, hey, can you guys hear me? Hey, guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
How does my voice sound? Does it sound okay?
Yeah, you're fine.
All right, thanks a lot, bro. Okay, well, that solves that.
Incendiary out.
So they claim that this microphone has noise canceling in order to cut out background noise. So as you can hear, you know, they're saying I sound fine. I usually play in a quiet room. I usually don't have much going on behind me. I would guess that the noise canceling would come most in handy if you happen to either play with speakers very, very loud, or if you happen to be in like a very loud place, like a game room or something like that. But I'm never in places like that. So, you know, it's like, it's something that it works or it doesn't, but I may not even need the feature, you know? But thus far, I'm enjoying the audio quality out of these headphones. I intend to use these headphones when I wash my car. I intend to use these headphones if I'm outside cleaning something, because this way I get to hear my iPhone while I'm listening to political commentary and so forth and so on. All right, so I'm gonna get killed real quick, but I'm gonna try to use one hand on my mouse, you know, in order to fight.
Laying down smoke. Grenade out. Throwing a grenade. Deploying flashbang.
Yes, I'll just stay here and try to help just a little.
Throwing fire. Flashbang.
In fact, no, I'm not. I'm gonna go out there and shoot somebody. Oh shit! Fuck that! I'm going back this way.
Throwing smoke.
The bomb is up here. Somebody's up here. Got him! Uh-oh. This is why directional audio is important. Because he could come from here or here. No, my guy's here, so he has to come from right here. My guy's right behind me. Got him! Oh! I've already made a video about the Valorise headphones, and just to reiterate how much I actually like them, I wanted to say that the beautiful thing about them, that one of the other things I like, is that even though this is the dongle and the USB-A and the USB-C dongle are both contained inside this one piece, you don't actually need the dongle for the very simple reason that these are actually Bluetooth headphones. So, for example, if I want to activate these and turn them on, right? So you turn them on, and they activate in Bluetooth mode, right? But because this computer has Bluetooth, I can show Bluetooth devices, and I should be able to find, add a Bluetooth device. And it says download, and this is a laptop, obviously, but I should be able to add a Bluetooth device somehow. I just forget how to do it. It says other devices, Bluetooth discoverable. It says add a device, Bluetooth audio device, and this should show up because it's in pairing mode right now. I may have to click the button just to make sure it's actually in dongle mode, because it might not be since it didn't detect the dongle. So let me just check it. In order to do that, you have to hit it 3 times and you got to listen to it to see what it says. You got to hit the power button 3 times. So let's see. Okay, so I have to put it in Bluetooth mode, which is 1, 2, 3. All right, so wait. Yeah, I believe I did it. So it has to be in Bluetooth mode, not dongle mode. So let's just do that one more time. Okay, it's in Bluetooth mode right now. So it should be looking for, let's see, add a device. I'm going to try it again. Add a device, Bluetooth, audio and wireless and all that stuff. So it's in Bluetooth mode. And it should be able to detect that, well, this... Oh, wait a minute. You know what? I understand what I'm doing wrong. My iPhone is also activated. So the problem is this thing, the reason why the light is solid is because my iPhone is currently activated. My iPhone is drawing from this. So what I have to do is turn my iPhone off first. So I'm going to do that first. Okay, so let's try that again. Now you can see that the light is beeping, and now you see it pop up. So it says I had to turn the Bluetooth on my iPhone off because my iPhone was paired with it. So now that I'm pairing these to it, boom, it is now connected. So it says, yes, we're setting up UG-08s. So here's the beautiful thing about it. I don't even have to use the dongle at all. So with this laptop and with this iPhone, or with any of my other devices, I can use these headphones on just about anything that's Bluetooth capable. All of my computers that I use when I'm around pretty much have Bluetooth. The only exception is actually this computer right here. This computer had it was a Bluetooth wireless card in it. And when I was setting up my my video card and everything, and when I was adding memory, I actually took the Bluetooth card out. And if I'm not mistaken, the Bluetooth card and the Wi-Fi card were the same chip. And I pulled that chip out. God knows what I did with it. But nowadays, most people... See, I hardwired my computer directly to my router. I was never going to use this computer wirelessly. I don't believe in using a desktop wirelessly. I'll use a laptop wirelessly, but I'll never use a desktop wirelessly. So the thing about it is, as you can see, I love these headphones. I like the fact that it comes with this dongle. It also comes with the USB-C piece right here that you could use right here on this computer in the USB-C slot, but I don't need it. I don't need to use the dongle at all. And it's not a very expensive pair of headphones. So once again, I'm just going to say this going out in closing. If you need a pair of headphones for a laptop, a desktop, you want something that's, you know, relatively affordable, not too expensive, not too stylish. This model, which I gave you the link to in Amazon, I gave you the link to it in the URL. It's actually a very good model. Sound is great. Price is not too high. and it can be used in various ways with various Bluetooth devices.